Hi Becky, I wanted to send you a couple of videos to give you some tips and tricks on how to set up your courses. The first thing that I'm going to show you how to do, which you may already know how to do, is to go ahead and set up your syllabus. So even though it says syllabus here, you want to go down to the bottom section and open up your syllabus editor, which is right here. And then you're just going to choose your instructor. It should be already in there. And then you don't have to put any notes in here. All you have to do is just add your name and then hit submit. Okay. And then go back up to your syllabus to make sure that it changed. And it did. So it should, all the information should be correct. If it's not, then you need to call personal support and make sure that your information is correct here. Other than that, let me show you some other tips and tricks that I use every quarter just to help me save some time. I'm going to get into the MindTap activities. I'll send you another video about that, how to set it up, because I need to get the course codes that came in an email, and I will also forward those to you. The first thing that I like to do, though, is I like to go ahead and see. Now, yours is going to be pretty easy because you've only taught one course. But for me, I have years and years of courses. So what I do is I go back and I look at my last set of courses and what their section numbers are. So you can see in the fall, I had MEA 1350L, which is the fundamentals course, 1T. So I just go ahead and write that down on a piece of paper as old. And then I look at what my new section is. So the new section is T9. So I go ahead and write those down because when I go to look at the list, it's extremely long and I want to make sure that I copy from the right course. So I'm going to go back into the new course. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the bottom and it's going to say under your course tools, copy from another course. Now, you don't have to use this. I actually like this because it copies all of my announcements over that I used from last quarter, and then you can pick and choose which announcements you want to use. If not, then you don't have to use this. But anyway, copy from another course. And then it's going to ask you which course to copy from. That's why I wrote down that last course. So it was it was fall 19, 1350L, 1T. This is it right here. Okay, fall of 19. And I'm going to copy from that course. I'm going to copy my announcements over, and I'm going to go ahead and try. I haven't used this in a while. I'm going to try to use it and see what happens. The calendar entries. I still check all the due dates because they have to be on there, and sometimes these don't work out perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and do those, and then I just hit submit, and then it's going to take a minute, and it's going to copy everything over from that last course that I taught. So it says entry, start, and end dates have been adjusted based on their course start date. However, again, you're responsible for the accuracy of all these dates. So I just go ahead and say okay. And then I'm going to go over to my announcement section, which is my course home. And you're going to see if you hit this here that all my announcements came over from last quarter. Okay, now what I do is I go ahead and at some point, you won't have to change these, but for example, my welcome, I'm going to go ahead and edit it anyway because there's dates and stuff in here. So I'll go ahead and edit that anyway. But just to show you how you have to change the dates on these is you're going to go in and then this one's going to say not date restricted. Send a copy of this announcement, which this one is fine because this is the first announcement. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this one the same. And then I'm going to just cancel out of it. So that'll be the first announcement they see. But as I go down, like this one is really for like week 2. So I'm going to edit it. And then I go down and I'm going to date restrict this one because I don't want it to show up right away. and then it's going to say display after. And then what I do is I just put the date after the entire quarter date. That way, when I go in and say, oh, I need a announcement for, let's say, week 2, and then I'm going to go and scroll through and find these same announcements, then I can take it off and say not date restricted, and then it'll go ahead and pop up for them right away. So I just go ahead and I take this calendar and I go March, whatever, 31st, which is after the end of the quarter, which is fine. And I'm going to unclick send a copy of this announcement and hit submit. Then, like I said, when the course opens up for them, they're only going to see this first one because it wasn't date restricted. And then I'm just going to go down and do the same thing to all of these. Now, when you get down so far, you'll see that it has changed enough to where you don't have to do it anymore. So I'll just show you. Not date restricted. Okay, so I'm going to date restrict this. Same thing. I'm just going to hit it to March. And I'm not going to send a copy right now. Submit. So I just go down and I keep doing this for all of these. And then sometimes I don't use all of them either. So I never really change them. They just never see them. If I date restrict it, then they never actually see it. Okay, so I'm going to do this for a couple of them just to show you how this works. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and find one of these way down here. Let's see, just to give you an idea. Let's start at, let's say this. Let's edit. Let's see what this one looks like. Okay, so this one is not date, this one's not date restricted either. So I have to go further, I think. I have a lot of announcements. So just for example, let me just kind of go down further. Maybe this one. Edit. Okay, none of these are date restricted. So I literally need to go in and change and date restrict every single one of these. But what I don't have to do after the first of the quarter is make all new announcements. I can use some of the announcements that I've already created for each week, which you're responsible for. So it makes life a little bit easier. Okay, so that is how to copy from another course. Now, the other thing that I do is I'm going to go ahead and go to my Rasmussen home. I'm going to go into my old course and I'm going to show you something kind of cool. So this was my old course. And remember I said that you can copy over some of the things that you've done from last quarter. So what I do is, for example, if I go into module 1, you're going to see that I've put in some readings and PowerPoints, okay, for last quarter. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to take this and I want to put it into my new course. Now you can't copy this, but you can move it. So when you use this little drop down menu, there's an option to say move. So you just say move, and then this is where you're going to need to know where it's going and where it's coming from. Again, you're only going to have 2, but as you continue to teach, they're going to get longer and longer and longer. So now I have to look for my new course, which is 1350L T9. And it would be winter 2020. That's 1460. That's not it. Let's see. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find. Winter 2020. Let's see if they have this in any kind of order. Winter. And then once you find it, like where it is kind of on the list, each time you do this, it's going to be a lot easier to find. Okay, here it is right here. So you can see that it is about 3/4 down my list. So I should be able to find it a lot easier next time. So I'm going to go ahead and pick my new course. Oh, that's not it either. Hang on. I lost it. Here it is. And I'm going to click this. This is why it's so important, because you don't want to move it into the wrong place. Okay. So I'm going to put this under the destination folder. Now you can see this is the new course. And I'm going to put it under module 1. Click like that. And say submit. Now, instead of having to upload every single one of these PowerPoints and everything, then it just moves it over. So now you can see this is my old course and it's missing. So now when I go back to my new course, which is up here at the top, it should be under Module 1. And I'm going to go through my old course and move everything out of that course into this course. Okay, so now when I go to Module 1, it should be here. You can see it is Readings and PowerPoints, and it moved. Okay, so I'm going to go through every single module, and if I've added something, then I'm going to move it over to this area. Okay. The other thing that I want to show you is that you have to do a couple other things in your course, and I do this from my old course too, so you can use some of the stuff that I put in your course to do this. So you're going to notice, let's say in my 1350 course, this is my old course, you have to set up your discussion. Okay, so you go into the discussion section, and you have to set up your student lounge. Okay, so all I do is I just go into my posts, and you can see that I gotta find my post. Hang on. Okay, here's my post. Then I'm just going to open it. I just copy it from last quarter. So all I do is I do this, and sometimes I get my pictures to move, and sometimes I don't. Let me see if I can get it to go this, and I'm not going to get to. Okay, but at least I don't have to do the wording. So I'm going to copy. I'm going to go back to my other course, 1350. And sometimes I have to add the other picture, but it's better than having to do it all by hand each time. Discussions. And I just do a welcome note to them, create a thread. Okay. Then I'm going to Control V, okay, after I copy, because that's the only way you can get it in there. And you see it missed one of my pictures. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come over next to this picture, and then I'm going to go to my little Insert Edit Picture. Browse my computer. Let me see if I can find that picture again. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. This one's just as good. So let's use this one. Now you notice that it's going to get super big here. So I go into appearance and I make this like, I don't know, 300 is probably good. Let's see what it looks like. Let me go 150 because it still looks big. There. Okay, so now you can see I have my welcome message. I got my two pictures. Everything's good. And I'm going to hit submit. Okay, that is your discussion post in the student lounge that you have to set up. And then you also are going to go to your course home. And you're going to set up your instructor information. Now, again, I go into my old course because there's some things that I like to do the same each and every quarter. So again, I'm going to go back into my old course, grab what I did in my instructor area. See, I have my WebEx link and all this. Okay, so I just go to the little wheel. Okay, and then I copy this. Copy, and then remember Control V is how you paste into Blackboard. So I'm back home again, go into my new course. Go to the little wheel, just hover over it. It's going to say Julie Crayons. I use an image they already have in here, so you can browse and put an image. It's nice to have an image of yourself. You can upload into this area so that you have a picture. I'm not sure which picture this is, but I'm going to grab that one and just submit it. And I'm going to use my user profile because that'll put my email in there. And user profile. Let's see if this comes out right because I changed campuses, so we'll see. Okay, Control V into there. Yep, it's right. So this is not the right picture. I'll go in and change that, but it has your name, your email. It kind of sets everything up for you. I put my office hours in there, my cell number, and my WebEx link. So it's nice to have some other information about how the student can get in touch with you. Okay, those are my first tips. I'm going to go ahead and work on a couple of these things, and then I'm going to show you how to do the MindTap activities, and because you need a code. So I'll go ahead and send this first video to you, and you can use it to start setting your course up. Okay, thanks. Bye.